Hey, what is up guys? It's Stan here back with another video. So what I've got here is a old laptop back from 2012. It's a Lenovo Thinkpad laptop. And what I've also got here is a Samsung 860 EVO SSD. And what I want to do is install this SSD into this laptop and see what kind of performance gains we might be able to get and try to answer the question, is it worth even spending money on an SSD on a very old laptop? And is there performance gains to be had? So let's get to it. So this laptop right here is a Lenovo Thinkpad laptop. It's actually my wife's old laptop that she hasn't used for years. And the specs of this system isn't all that amazing either. It was a i3 2350M CPU, which is basically a dual core Sandy Bridge CPU all the way back from 2011, 2012. It's got a clock speed of up to 2.3 gigahertz. So even then, it wasn't all that fast. It's also got 4 gigs of memory, and I think it's either 1066 or 1333, give or take. It's probably 1333. And then of note is the 2.5-inch mechanical spinning hard drive of 5,400 RPMs, I think, or it was 48. Honestly, I don't even know, but it's super slow. So you might actually have a couple laptops around in the house that you aren't using, and that might benefit from a 2.5-inch SSD. So what I'll do is show you how long it takes to load up the eSys software, basically the software that I need to use to code the car, a restart, how long it takes to boot up, and just the general experience of what it is to use this computer. This computer currently has a fresh install of Windows 10, the latest and greatest, but in very few applications installed. All it got is the car software and Chrome and like 7-zip. And then afterwards, we'll install this and then take a look at if there is any performance gains. So let me just bring you a little closer and let's take a look. All right, so there you go. You can see that it took almost 4 minutes, 40 seconds or so to boot the computer, automatic login, and to fire up Chrome. And the entire time, even now, even with Chrome fired up, the little LED light is continuously green. And I don't know if it's because the hard drive is failing or I don't know what, to be honest, but it's just excruciatingly slow. It's just pretty much unusable. The second example I want to show you guys is how long it takes to boot the eSys software. So double click here and then we'll start. So this software isn't particularly heavy or intensive, but it does look like it's loading a lot of small little files. So creating log file, and you can see down here, the light is blinking away. So I guess it's kind of like Chrome. Chrome takes forever to start up. This is also takes a long time to start up. All right, so 1 minute, 25 seconds. Actually, I'm gonna stop it, but it hit 1 minute, 25 seconds when this thing finally popped open. This really isn't an acceptable level of performance. This is just too slow. So what I do is install everything and we'll take a look at it from the other side. All right, so to install the SSD here, what I've got is this completely unplugged, and I'm gonna pull out the battery just so that it's all powered down. And for ThinkPads here, these hard drives are on the right side here. And that's the hard drive that we're dealing with. So the actual hard drive here, this is a 320 gig SATA 3 drive. This is a Hitachi drive, and it is a 5,400 RPM drive. So it's pretty standard from what you would expect on a drive like this. In comparison here though, this is the Samsung EVO 860 drive. So this thing's actually been around for a while now. This drive, I want to say it's been out for almost like 4 or 5 years. So this thing was only, this is a 250 gig version. This is only about 50 bucks, 49 bucks. I'll make sure to link this in the description down below. You know, as computers get faster and faster these days, they're all taking, newer computers are taking M.2 SSDs. Even though this drive has been out for so long now, it's still one of the better SATA 3 interface SSDs, and it's got a 5-year warranty. So given that you're bottlenecked by that SATA 3 interface, there's really no point in getting anything faster, or that's kind of why this is still one of the better ones. What you'll find is it's basically just fast enough for most things. Look at these impact absorbing shock absorbers, totally unnecessary. We got an SSD in here. You can probably throw this thing around, and the thing that's gonna fail first is gonna be the motherboard, not the drive. Okay, so I was struggling with this a little bit because there's actually a top side and a bottom side with this installation here. So most likely it was just not lining up. So let's try this again. There you go, look at that. When you get everything aligned, it goes in really easily. Who would have thought? All right, so the SSD is installed, and now I'm gonna install Windows 10, the latest version of Windows 10, so I'm gonna fast forward through this whole installation process. All right, so the last task I've got here, remember the whole point was so that I can run ESYS better. And you can see here, I've started the application. Remember, changing out the hard disk drive into an SSD basically shifted the bottleneck from the drive basically back to the CPU. You can see the CPU is being loaded up pretty good, it's 80–90% here. The application is still CPU intensive to be able to start, but the load on the hard drive or the SSD basically is non-existent. So it takes only about 30 to 33 seconds to start up this application now, when before it was like 1 minute 24 seconds to be able to start up. So the conclusion here is that basically by changing out the hard disk drive to an SSD on an old laptop, even like this right here, you're able to cut down on startup time. We went down from like 4 minutes, 40 seconds or something like that, absurd startup time and loading up Chrome, to a quick, heck, I can't even remember. It was like 30 some seconds. I'll put the timestamp down below, but it was extremely quick. You know, it was almost as if this was like a brand new computer. Starting this thing up, and then ESYS, about 32 seconds to be able to start up this application as well. And just generally installing Chrome, I can install Chrome and install Logitech options at the same time while downloading a third application for installation. I mean, it's a world of difference. Basically, what I'm saying is, if you have a laptop, an old laptop, one, you know, reformatting and reinstalling a fresh installation of Windows is going to help out a lot, clear up a lot of that junk. But two, installing a very cheap, heck, this was 250 gigabytes for $49 for 50 bucks. Basically, this feels like a brand new computer. So, you know, I can't recommend this enough. So, hopefully this video was useful for you guys, and you know, you guys got the information you wanted to know. Now, if you have any questions, you can ask them in the comments down below. And if this video was useful for you guys, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more tech videos like this, consider subscribing. My name is Stan. I'll see you guys in the next one.